Yeah, what's up, y'all? It's been a few days. Not really much has happened, eating the same crap every day. The other day I made like taco meat. I guess I cooked some ground meat in a crock pot with some taco seasoning and some cottage cheese and sour cream. I know I'm supposed to be getting away from the dairy, but want to break it up a little bit, so a little bit of dairy here and there ain't gonna hurt, I'm just not gonna do it every day. I ain't made a video in a couple days because it's just been really freaking hectic. I got a blowout 2 days in a row, so I was sitting on the side of the interstate, so just didn't feel like doing anything video wise, whatnot. And the food, just telling y'all the same thing I'm eating every day, and it was just very repetitive, I know. So I figured today, I'll tell y'all a little bit about what I ate and all that crap, just to change it up a little bit. I'm currently sitting at my shipper waiting to get loaded. They're waiting on product because my load was supposed to be already done, but it's not. So there you go. I'm on my way down to Florida. But yeah, I think I'm on like day 38 now, and I'm about to cook me some eggs. But I figured I'd tell y'all, I know a lot of y'all skinny folks and stuff, y'all wonder how fat people get so fat and whatnot, why they let it get out of control. And I think I could tell you why. Well, we're young, we're heavy. We get picked out for being fat, so. And sometimes, a lot of us have low self-esteem and whatnot, so we don't go to the gym or anything because we're fat, and because we're embarrassed about being fat, even though we may hide it well, because being fat and getting picked on goes hand in hand. So you get embarrassed about trying to get in shape or trying to lose weight or whatnot, because you have to wear that thick skin, like I don't give a shit what anybody says about my skin, so that just goes on and on and on and on and on, and next thing you know, you're 200 pounds as a teenager, or 300 pounds as a teenager or whatnot. Or like me, I didn't hit 300 pounds until I was in my 20s, but it's easy to gain weight and hard to lose weight. Some people use food as a crutch. Some people just have a low metabolism, or aren't very active. I was a little bit of the last two, because I don't have a very good metabolism, and I get fat for nothing. I can not eat a lot and get fat, or I can eat a lot and get fat. It doesn't really matter to me. I just get fat. And I've always been a lazier person. When I was younger, I did run the streets all the time, me and my friends and whatnot, riding bikes and whatnot. But I didn't play sports because I was poor and stuff. So I didn't have that stuff. I didn't have any kind of like real encouragement to lose weight, other than being called fat boy and whatnot, fat faggot and stuff like that. But it's just how it is. You grow up and you get picked at and you get teased and whatnot, so you develop a skin. So you act like you don't care about being fat, even though you do. But you're also embarrassed about trying to lose weight, because it's just embarrassing. It's like trying to do something that you're not going to see any instant gratification from, or instant payoff from. And losing weight's like that. And then when you become a truck driver, in my case, I became a truck driver, and I think about 300 pounds when I became a truck driver, maybe 280. But I was a heavy person, and you drive trucks, and you always got excuses, and that's the thing, there's always an excuse. I drive a lot, I work 12 to 15 hour days. It's not very often that I have downtime, and being a truck, you don't get to at least being the kind of truck driving I do, because you work so much, you don't get a whole lot of showers. Because you drive your 14, 15 hours, and you get done, you eat and you watch a little bit of TV and you go to bed. You ain't got a whole lot of time because in about 10 hours you got to be up and running again. So you take your showers when you can, when you can squeeze one in. And because you do that, you're not out there, trying to exercise and whatnot and lose weight that way. And because you don't want to sweat, because you sweat, you stink, you smell like the trucker. And some of us don't like to stink. I'm one of those. I don't like to stink. So I try not to, but then you go on truck stops, and when the options are McDonald's or not Starbucks, McDonald's or like Subway or something like that, and you go on the Subway, and you see a sub, back when the subs were $5, the $5 footlongs, we're eating a lot of subs, granted, there's a lot of sugar inside the bread. I just found out, but it was still healthier, than I thought McDonald's, but now you go into Subway and you get a foot-long sub, you're looking at freaking anywhere from $15 to $20 for a foot-long sub, and that's just for a sub, That's not throwing anything extra on it or anything like that. And if you want a salad is $2 more, so you're paying $10 for a salad that's isn't gonna fill you up for too long of a time period. So you look across, there's McDonald's right there, and you can go into McDonald's for $12 and get you a freaking a double quarter pounder, large fry, and a large soda. You got yourself an entire meal. That's gonna you're gonna be able to eat, and that'll last you for several hours. And you can have something eating while you're driving. So they make those choices too easy for you. Well, they make the bad food choices too easy for you. I always said it'd be nice if they had like a Shake Shack or something in there, where you can just buy you a protein shake, or or big, those big 40-ounce protein shakes with vitamins and stuff in it for like $10. Instead of having to go to McDonald's or Starbucks or a Subway. Just a little bit healthier options, because the healthy options in truck stops are way overpriced. You get like a cup of a salad for like $8, and it looks like a big old salad, until you take the top off and you see all the salad and everything is pushed down by another cup that holds your dressings and stuff, so you only get like half the salad you think you're getting, and you're paying twice the price of it. And you got Walmarts and Kroger's and all these places that don't want us in their parking lots. We go in their parking lot, they boot our trucks, and we have to pay fines and stuff. So it makes you scared to go in those parking lots. So the cards are kind of stacked against you out in driving trucks. But you're figuring out, like, now I'm doing this carnivore diet, and I got a refrigerator in there, and I got me a hot skillet, and I should have been doing this for a long time, I guess, but I'm kind of cooking more for myself now and whatnot, and I'm trying, and that's all I really can do. Is try. I know I got people telling me that this isn't the healthiest thing to do and whatnot, but what else ain't healthy? Being fat. So I'm trying, I'm gonna do what I can. But yep, just want to touch base with y'all. Nothing really said here other than bitching about being fat, I guess. Alright, y'all have a good day.